Closed captioning for The Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today, it's the long-awaited return of Youngstown Club cheese and peanuts. I also prepared the complete breakfast. It's a one-pan meal and one of my favorites. But first, I visit 1820 House. Well, trying to tie down Melissa Smith is pretty tough because she's very, very busy. And about 10 years ago, one of my very first interviews for the Casey Malone Show was with Melissa right here in East Palestine at the 1820 House Candle Factory. And I cannot believe the expansion and how much you have grown. And I'm seeing you everywhere. And with social media, you have exploded. I mean, it has been what, 20-fold?
It's been
that you have grown since then?
It's been a big deal. Yeah, you know, I started in basically a closet down here.
I know, and we got some of the old footage, so we have got to play some of that.
Yes, we were in like a closet, and we got some really big accounts that we landed for wholesale, and it caused some growth that was really positive, and so we had our first expansion from there. And then within the last 2 years, we had another growth spell, and we just took over this beautiful other side of our building, and we renovated it and made it our makerspace. And
I just love the look. I mean, you really do have a look about everything that you do regarding 1820.
Well, I feel like...
How would you explain it?
Well, here's how I feel. I've always, heard that saying, well, do what you love and you'll always be happy. And I kind of take that into consideration when we created this space where I work, because I thought if I gotta be here all the time, I want to enjoy it. And I want people to enjoy it when they come in. So I wanted the space to reflect our personality as well as, the vibe I want to create. And so this hopefully is a reflection of that.
I mean, it's very calming. And it's very neutral, but it has just a very hip vibe. Is your home like this?
Well, we have a very historic house.
Let's check on that. Her daughter's here.
We're in the process. We're in the process of doing some updates there. So maybe we could do a segment somewhere in the future.
But streamlined too are your candles now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you really have the same look, lends itself to the way your candles are.
I'm really a big stickler about branding, and I've always been adamant with any kind of new business out there that's looking to try to expand or make it. The branding is very important, and so we take care to reevaluate our line every few years to make sure that we are up with the trends, that we're competitive, that we are appealing to the buyer and the consumer. And so we're constantly doing product development, testing, working with our designer, and helping bring those things to reality.
Now, what are the difference between the three collections? You have, this obviously is your largest collection, but then you have the Bee Elixirs and the Rust Belt.
Right. Okay, so our largest collection is our signature collection, and we have the most variety in this collection. You're going to have your spices, vanillas, fruits, and florals, and so that's our staple. And we also have this collection, which is our aromatherapy collection. So if you are more into the natural smells, you like essential oil blends and some perfume grades that we use, because we don't like to deplete, obviously, all the nature's bounty, so some of these are lab created. So,
yes.
But they're very complex and they're very natural smelling and unique. And then our Rust Belt collection, it was just a fun thing to do. It's something that was an homage to our region and the Rust Belt, and so each scent has its own scent and story, and it's just kind of fun.
And these are really fun facts. Did you know that Ohio was the 17th state to join the union? I did not know this.
Right.
And I love the story. And one tough cookie because
of
a variety of reasons.
Because they're resilient in Youngstown, and because of the Italian cookie table. Just seems like a good fit.
I love the way this smells. I mean, really, this is Are you selling a lot of this?
We sell a lot of that.
I bet you the Rust Belt
Absolutely.
collection is very, very popular.
We've done really well with it.
And you know, how big is the online?
Online is huge for us, and it's really awesome because, you know, with like tax days coming up, and we have our website set up to where we can offer a discount code for those people who are looking to get a little relaxation. So we offer a code for that, or Mother's Day, or during the holidays, and we do offer a free shipping on a certain amount that you purchase. So if you can't make it down to East Palestine, you know, we make it so that you can, you know, shop online.
And you know, online shopping is huge.
It is.
And you know, and candles are perfect, and they're easy to ship, aren't they?
They are. They're easy to ship, and honestly, what else feel-good item could you purchase?
Everybody loves candles.
Everybody likes it. It's relaxing, it's enjoyable, and it's an inexpensive way to have something special for yourself.
What is the biggest lesson that you have learned in your journey?
My journey. Well, I can tell
It's
you.
been quite a journey.
It has been. It's been quite a journey, and I guess my thoughts are this: you have to love what you do. You have to be persevere to, you know, stick with it. You also have to have vision. You have to think outside the box and take chances. And honestly, I've had some fails and I've had some winning moments, and so those are all learning experiences. And I encourage people that if you're, you know, they're passionate about something, if you really work hard and put the effort in, it's totally possible.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. Looking for local craft beers? They're right here at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery. How many beers do you have available, Rude the Dude?
Casey, we got 41 craft beers on tap, local breweries, Ohio breweries. We have about 40 to 50 different cans and bottles in our coolers with the same local Ohio breweries.
And Youngstown Beer Week, first time ever, kicks off right here at the Magic Tree.
April 22nd, Monday, is the start of Youngstown Beer Week. We have our launch party here with our Brewers Roast. That's going to lead into the whole week, right into the Big Tap and 6 Craft Beer Festival at the Metroplex. There's over 80 breweries. 8 local food vendors, live entertainment. It's going to be a great event for craft beer in the area.
And it benefits making kids count. Your search is over. The largest beer selection is right here at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bernard. I've been giving the people of our valley free advice for over 30 years, and my message has never changed. If you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, don't try to handle it yourself. Call a lawyer. A lawyer will be your representative, dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the red tape that you may face. Hiring a lawyer doesn't mean you'll end up in court, and remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases.
That's good advice. Need a lawyer? Learn more at elizabethbernardlaw.com.
Mayflower Woolham is your full-service, independent insurance agency. We work with several insurance companies to offer you choices for your insurance needs. We'll find the right product at the right price. Personal, business, farm, life. Trust Mayflower Woolham. You focus on what's important, we'll take care of the details. Mayflower Woolham, close by with 3 locations to serve you.
Rulli Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old Road Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Is it time to update your color style? R&S Paint will assist you with your choice of over 3,400 Benjamin Moore colors. Vibrant, durable, and easy to apply. Be current, be stylish. Shop R&S Paint.
Hi, I'm Tim Crow, owner of Crow's Cabinets, and this is my dad, Paul, who started the company over 40 years ago. At Crow's Cabinets, we build and install the perfect cabinets for your home or business. We design complete kitchens, bathrooms, garages, and more.
If you can dream it, we can build it.
Well, today we are going to make one of our favorite classic family recipes. Jelaine, my mother, is going to join us in the kitchen. And this is called Complete Breakfast. And it is from the original Angels and Friends cookbook, which was released in the late 70s, early 80s.
Yes.
And this cookbook has been given to all my sisters when we left home. And my mother's is tattered and torn and very well used. And this has been a great fundraiser for the Easter Seal Society locally. And really wonderful women have contributed their favorite recipes.
They had, this is their first one, and they have 2 more.
Yes. And this one is the one that I know very well, and I go to it again and again and again. But the Complete Breakfast is one that we make for the holidays.
Yes.
My brother-in-law, Jim, loves it. Ken loves it. My sisters, we all love this
Annabelle
recipe.
loves it. Everybody loves it.
So when we're all together, Jelaine will make this recipe for us. And I just can't recommend this book enough. If you're not familiar with it, go and get it, because this is a good service they do. And it still raises money for the Easter Seal Society.
Mary Rossi was the one that started this, and she is an excellent cook.
Yes, and you'll see her name again and again throughout this book.
Oh, you will, you will.
She is a great entertainer and has a lot of recipes here. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
This is, I usually, you make this the day before.
Yes, and 9 by 13, or you can use a 9 by 9 depending on how many people. We'll make the 9 by 9 version, but the recipe will also give you quantities for the 9 by 13.
That's right.
So let's get started. We'll go over the ingredients and then we'll make complete breakfast. For this recipe, you'll need 8 slices of white bread, crust removed, buttered on one side, 1 cup of shredded sharp cheddar cheese, 1 pound of bulk sage sausage, 3 cups of milk, 4 eggs, 1 teaspoon of dry mustard, and 1 to 2 cups of cornflakes. For this recipe, you need to let all the ingredients sit overnight in the refrigerator. So I made a 9 by 9 pan last night. And now we're going to add the cornflakes. I'm jumping ahead a little bit, and we're going to throw that in the oven and bake this while we prepare the one for you today on camera. So I'm going to put this in the preheated oven of 350 degrees for about an hour. All right, and then we'll start the assembly of this casserole. Well, this is so easy, you are not going to believe it. I actually put Jelaine to work. She browned the sausage for me. So we take our slices of bread with the buttered side down, it'll be 4 pieces, and you just line the bottom of the pan with those 4 slices, all right? Then you take the cup of cheese and you sprinkle it all over the bread. Now we let that cool a little bit so it's not real hot, and we are going to add the layer of sausage. Very good. Oh, you do that so well.
And you can also, some people like bacon.
That's right. You could use like 8, 9 strips of bacon. Ham. Ham's a really good thing. Yes. Or they even recommend Canadian bacon.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of Canadian bacon, though. I don't think it has as much flavor.
But we do like the Canadians.
We do like the Canadians. That's correct, Jelaine. So, while she's doing that, I'm going to add the 4 egg yolks. Whoa, making a mess here. To the milk, and then I will add the dried mustard, and I will just mix this together and beat it up. But now we'll add the other 4 pieces of bread. Now that's buttered side up.
Yes.
Okay. And then we just pour this in here. and it will be pretty full.
But then it absorbs into
Yes.
all the bread.
And then we cover it and we refrigerate overnight. So while we're doing that, the one I made last night should be coming out of the oven shortly, and you will see the finished product. This is I feel like a holiday. It is just around the corner.
Let me see what holiday. Oh, we just missed Columbus Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is delicious.
It is.
Consistently an excellent dish. And you don't even need a holiday. You could have this for dinner. It is really that good.
A little salad and this.
And I like it with a little hot sauce on. Jolene, you prefer it with a little bit of salsa. And it is a very versatile recipe. You could use different breakfast meats, different cheeses, whatever you would like. And I'd like to thank Mrs. James Prosser from Angels and Friends for putting this in the cookbook. Now we also have it online. Some of our tweaks and the measurements are a little different, but this is basically her recipe. And I have it in there for the 9 by 13 pan.
Oh,
it's different
That's
quantities.
the one that we always have.
So mimosas are in order, right? Cheers.
What's a holiday without mimosas?
Exactly. Every day should start with mimosa.
That's right.
Oh, delicious.
Very good.
Go to my website, caseymalonshow.com, and look for the complete breakfast recipe. And you'll be like my family and enjoy it. It's really good. Thank
It
you,
is.
Mommy. Cheers.
Cheers to us.
None better. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
At the Vein Center in Med Spa, we realize the serious health issue varicose veins can cause. We know it's more than just cosmetic. That's why we provide you with caring and personal service in a clean and friendly atmosphere. All vein procedures are done in our office during convenient and flexible hours by a medical doctor with over 20 years experience. The Vein Center in Med Spa also offers fillers and neurotoxin procedures, hydrofacials, and laser hair removal services. And now we're proud to welcome Dr. Kiesel to our practice. Call the Vein Center in Med Spa for a free consultation and see why our patients leave satisfied.
It's back April 27th, the Big Tap in Real Craft Beer Festival at the Metroplex. Sample craft beers and ciders from over 80 breweries. Local food, art, and entertainment. Proceeds benefit Project MKC. Tickets on sale now at bigtapin.com.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
There's a new standard in assisted living.
One that combines comfort, luxury, convenience, and the highest quality expert care.
Your loved ones can experience it now in Canfield's premier senior living location.
The Inn at Ironwood offers fine dining and amenities such as a concierge, salon, housekeeping, and laundry services.
And a truly elegant setting in Canfield.
Call us for more information or visit us and take a tour.
The Inn at Ironwood, Canfield's premier senior living location.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Selling engagement rings never gets old. It's love.
It's a huge undertaking because they're going to wear that ring probably forever, but if they're not going to wear it forever, they're going to pass it down to somebody.
Our rings will hold a lifetime, and we want to make sure it does. We stand by every single thing that we sell. I believe I can find the perfect ring. I really try to get them exactly what she would want.
And to just be a little part of that is really, it warms your heart inside.
Get real, get Kamara.
Hi, I'm Tim Crow, owner of Crow's Cabinets, and this is my dad Paul, who started the company over 40 years ago. At Crow's Cabinets, we build and install the perfect cabinets for your home or business. We design complete kitchens, bathrooms, garages, and more.
If you can dream it, we can build it.
I'm back at the Youngstown Community Kitchen Incubator, and over the holidays at Rulli Brothers, this was in the cheesecake. Yes, it is returned. The famous Youngstown Club cheese spread. And I had to do some investigative reporting to find out, well, who's making this stuff? And Joyce Mistovich answered the call, she and her son Justin, and I'm here for Assembly Day with Heather Anderson. She is, look at her doing such a good job. She weighs it. We're not allowed to lid it, only Joyce is. And then I was allowed to put a sticker on it. So, this is an interesting story.
Yes.
Your son, you and your family are big fans of the cheese spread.
Yes, my husband and I actually belonged to the Youngstown Club for years.
Now, Joyce, the Youngstown Club closed in 2012.
Yes.
And so here we are, 7 years later. How long has it taken you to get all this together?
It's taken about 4 years. So what actually happened is when we acquired everything and we were able to start producing, my son said, you're gonna have to find a place we can make this. So I did a Google search.
Isn't
and
this
I put
place
in,
amazing?
I just put in incubator kitchens near Youngstown, Ohio, and I became ecstatic because I see Youngstown Kitchen Incubator, Commonwealth Kitchen, come on.
This place is huge, clean, friendly.
Yes.
I love this place.
It's very spacious, the ovens, we make the peanuts back in the back kitchen area, and during the holidays we can use this huge mixer, use this small mixer. So we love the
Did
space.
you know that if you have a family that really is huge, like cookie bakers, you could rent this and do all your Christmas baking or for a wedding? Isn't this an ideal place?
I saw
to
somebody
rent?
in making local pierogi and giving a demonstration.
I just love this. I think this is an excellent resource for our community.
It is.
Now, trial and error. How many times did you have to tweak this recipe where it got to right where it needed to be?
Multiple times. What I first initially started with giving little tiny containers to all of my friends.
Okay.
Be honest, taste it. You've
What
had
does
it
it
before.
need? Yeah.
What do we need to do? So we tweaked and tweaked until we got it to then getting it out again as taste testing to the point where everyone says, you got it.
That's the one.
That is it.
What do you think, Heather? Were you one of these samplers along the way? Were you able to be one of the guinea pigs?
No, I came in here at the end, so
You're
I'm
just the
only
worker
noting
bee.
that. I'm just the worker bee.
Okay, yes.
Enjoying the fruit.
She
of
works
the labor.
for Youngstown Club Cheese. You know, that I work for food. Now this is just
the cheese.
The cheddar.
Yes, the cheddar cheese.
And how long do you have to mix this where it gets to that?
Well, you kind of get to the point where you know the consistency. Right now, I'd say this has been going for about 15, 20 minutes.
I mean, it looks almost like a cake frosting.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
it's real creamy.
Yes, very creamy. Then I'm going to dump in the horseradish. Then we'll flip it back on and let that mix up. And
wow, it smells great.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
I let that go just for a couple minutes, and then I'll go to the rest, the dry ingredients, and put those in. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this mixer off again, and you could dump in some celery salt.
Celery salt. See, I'm getting all the ingredients, but I'm not telling quantities.
And some dry mustard.
Dry mustard. All right.
Flip it back on.
And that would be the Worcestershire?
Yes, this is it. Also giving it that great distinct flavor. Now I will continue know. Actually, I was so much of a fanatic initially about the placement of those labels. You would not believe it. You know what I would do at first? I'll show you. I would not, it had to be.
Oh boy.
You see where those numbers are?
Yeah.
And the lettering? That LRC or whatever.
Yes.
I had to make sure that was at the bottom. I got out of that then after a while.
Good work today, girls.
Good work,
Cheers.
girls. Thank you. Cheers.
To Youngstown Club Cheese.
To Youngstown Club Cheese.
Now, what about those nuts?
Well,
we're not going to be making those today. You're good with those.
We're good with those. So this is also the recipe from the Youngstown Club. The actual nuts, you know, when you went in, they served the cheese spread and the nuts.
Yes.
And we've been selling this as well.
And they're available. You could go to the website and get the locations, but Rulli Brothers has them, and
Chalet Premier. Here at Cultivate Cafe.
Exactly.
As well as Larry's drive-thru in Poland.
Well,
So-
I am so thrilled that these people are carrying it on, and just give them a call if you want to be a
Thank you.
distributor.
Thanks
for
for
this
coming.
Youngstown tradition.
Yes. Keep it alive.
Yes. Keep it alive. The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.